It's been a week. I'm just saying. I've been hacked. I twisted my ankle twice. That's the three things, right? Things come in threes. That's the last one. Let's hope something good happens and that comes in threes. Wouldn't that be something? Got a weekend planned with my daughter, so it's going to be good. But anyway, what I want to talk about today is an organization called Moms for Liberty. Personally, I call them the bitches of Bedlam, because that's what they're doing. They're spreading all this right-wing friggin' hate. They're like a bunch of Klan members, I swear to God. They're so bad that the Southern Poverty Law Crnter has labeled them a hate organization, right up there with the KKK and all these other extremist groups, because their members are outright threatening school board members. They're going to their homes, they're sitting outside, they're following them around, they're sending horrible threats, and we'll get into some of those later. But yeah, on one of them in Hamilton County, Indiana, this is on their website. It says, Mothers for Liberty, the Parent Brigade, parent advocacy through unifying, educating, and empowering for parental rights at all levels of government. Right? Because we want all that hate spewed all over. And what's happening is, these groups, because the Southern Poverty Law Crnter has stayed in the hate group, is because what their members are doing is they are infiltrating school board meetings, and they are threatening school board presidents, other members, with violence. Some of them from out of states are calling into blue states to blow up schools. Thank God they're all hoaxes. But what's going to happen to the day when it's not a hoax? What happens then? You just got to wonder. They've now infiltrated California, so I think Newsom better be on his toes for these. Because, oh my God, there's like 260 chapters of these friggin' maniacs. That's right, and I think they're in 36 or 38 states. So speak up when you hear about them. Because if you don't say nothing, they're going to keep going. It's just like that little guy with the mustache and Hitler back in 1933 when he rose to fame. No, don't pay any attention to him, right? That's what they're saying about these. They're just a bunch of caring moms. No, they're not. No, they're not. On their newsletter there's a quote on there. He alone who owns the youth gains the future. And it even says by Adolf Hitler on the page. And then right underneath that, it says Moms for Liberty will not be intimidated by hate groups. What the Christ do you think Hitler was? Seriously, who do you think he was? Going around spreading hate and murdering people left, right, and center. If you didn't like your group, you're done. Oh my God, and that's what they're doing. But they're doing it for the kids and in the name of Jesus, right? Praise the Lord. What a bunch of hypocritical bitches. But anyway, yet they accuse teachers of indoctrination. That's rich. Sweet suffering Jesus, they're not happy just going and trying to fight for their kids in school. They're not happy with that. They want to indoctrinate the kids into religion. Doesn't matter that there's less than half the kids in the schools are Christians. Doesn't matter. Every kid has to have prayer in the school if they have their way. So, like, who's indoctrinating who here? Got to cram all their shit down your throat, but you're not allowed to say nothing. You got to sit there. I don't think so. I don't think so. They're not even speaking in code anymore. They are coming right out and screeching this stuff. They get up to a podium at a school board meeting, and the dirt that they tell, the lies, oh my God, it's so disheartening to so many people. They're out there, I call them book banning bitches. They're not satisfied just stopping your child from learning about real history, cultures, religion, and lifestyles. They're also into boycotting corporations that are trying to do the same thing for everybody and treat everybody as an equal. But oh no, can't have that, right? And they go on to, it was started, let's go back to the beginning. Moms for Liberty was started by Tina Deskovich or whatever the hell her name is. And you know what? You know why she started this and got her ass in a knot? Because she was defeated as a school board member by another mom. And she couldn't stand that, so she thought ooh, I'm going to get you, my pretties. That's what she had in her head, and she got a couple other ones there and convinced them, let's do this. And then it friggin' rolled down a hill like a friggin' snowball. And now it's almost out of control. It's not out of control. It's not. But they're hoping it will be. They're doing it, one book printer, and this, I think he took it upon themselves to rewrite Rosa Parks' biography by eliminating any reference to race. This is from them, from the bitches of Bedlam there. They now have two versions of Rosa Parks. They were asked to, when it says in the book, Parks was asked to move to another seat because of the color of her skin, versus the new version, she was told to move to another seat. Because you can't have those white kids feeling bad about something. How about they just felt empathy for somebody else? How about that? Or inciting violence, because contrary to Republicans like Jim Bag Jockstrap and James Coomer saying that the DOJ is targeting parents at school board meetings with prison for trying to protect their kids. Oh, frig. Fact, Moms for Liberty have orchestrated a hate campaign against school principals, school board officials, and parents who don't want book bans or book burnings at their schools. They want to be able to teach history with diversity, inclusion, and equality. Isn't that what your Constitution stands for? We're all created equal? And they want to get rid of diversity? I'm sorry. The old Statue of Liberty there with her book and her torch. Bring us your huddled masses. That would be inclusion, equality, and diversity. But oh no, all of a sudden, we're going to just erase all that? That's what they're hoping, I'm sure. That's what they're hoping. I had to move that, I'm sorry. It's driving me nuts as it's moving and wiggling there. So anyway, that's what they're on about. Reuters documented through interviews and contacts 33 board members in 15 states who have received harassing and threatening messages obtained by the public records request. Reuters found 220 horrible messages in 15 different counties in one state alone. I think it was Virginia. And the threats received were so bad that the police were notified. One message sent to the home of a Loudoun County, Virginia school board member was sent to her child. I don't know if you've seen this on the news. It was a couple weeks ago. And threatened to kill them both unless she left the school board. It said, it's too bad that your mama is an ugly communist whore. If she doesn't quit or resign before the end of the year, we will kill her. But we're going to kill you first. How horrible. And that's sent by this organization, Moms for Liberty. And I'm going to keep saying their name because I don't want them to die out. I want them to, everybody to know who they are and hold them accountable. All of this was started over COVID-19 restrictions and masking. They were the ones outside the school screaming at parents, take that mask off your kid, you're killing your kid, and all this stuff, while the kids are sitting there snotting and bawling and crying, saying, I want my mask, I want my mask. Racism efforts and stuff like that. Anti-LGBTQ. That's what they're on about. And any book that has anything to do with any of those topics, it's not going to be taught. It only takes one parent for the whole school district not to be able to read that book. One goddamn parent. There's something seriously wrong with that. In Dublin, Ohio, an anonymous letter was sent to the board president. You have become our enemy and you will be removed one way or another. Right? National School Board Association sent a letter to the White House for a request for federal enforcement to stop the growing number of threats of violence, acts of intimidation that are occurring across the nation. This triggered the right-wing fascist MAGAs and set them on a path of saying Joe Biden, the Democrats, are trying to censor free speech and label dissenting parents as terrorists. No, they're being called terrorists because they're out there terrorizing people and threatening their lives. That's why they're being arrested, Jim Bag Jordan and James Comer. These are cases of school boards in North Carolina where the bitches of Bedlam have showed up with Proud Boys and intimidating board officials. And the scary part, the Moms for Liberty annual conference in Philadelphia, the keynote speakers are the disgraced ex-convicted sexual battery pig, the Mango Moose Knuckle, rotten Ronnie Mussolini DeSantis, and two-faced can't take a stance on Trump abortion or anything else, Nikki Haley. Yeah, they went and talked to these groups at their conference. I think they started in 21, so what's their second annual conference? Moms for Liberty in Arkansas, Melissa Bosch. This was caught on tape, and somebody in the room released it to the media. She said, I should not feel like I am under a microscope because I am asking someone who is making $85,000 a year, that librarian is, and still won't answer my questions. I'm telling you, if I was, any mental issues, they would all be plowed down like by a freaking gun by now, because I have had it. This are the type of people that the DOJ is investigating. Not regular parents that are standing up and saying, I really don't want my kids in French class because they're not doing very well at it. Big difference, right? So anyway, there's those people. Then the tormentors and terrorists that are perpetrating these acts is what the FBI and DOJ are charging these parents with. Parents who only care about the children in the name of power, and don't forget Republican Jesus. So that's who I'm on about today. Bit of a high horse, bit of a little pissed off rant, but I'm telling you, these women have got to be stopped. They're just infiltrating everything, and all these MAGAs are out there. Like, come on, the Proud Boys are escorting them to meetings? They're the one perpetrating the violence, for Christ's sake, showing up with guns and everything else. One of the other moms there, after she won election, she had some of these Moms for Liberty following her everywhere she went, to the grocery store, everything else, following in her car. She goes, I'm all for free speech. If they want to protest me, they can go and stand out in front of my house for as long as they want. But it's when they're following me in my car with my kids, or trespassing on my property. She said some of them have even gone into her backyard and seen her neighbors there and brandished guns to the neighbors. That cannot be allowed. It just can't. That's not free speech. That's terrorism, and somebody's going to get killed over this. I'm just saying. I'm sorry this ran long. Naughty Nana loves you. Tolerate it as long as you can. Please subscribe to my channel. I love you so much. Mwah. Be good to you first, so you can be good to somebody else.